whoever's watching this. Today's Just for Today was about tolerance. You know, the more I think about it, the more I lack that. I mean, I have tolerance, but I think about like all the situations I didn't have tolerance in and how I handled it. You know, with my ex or my ex-wife or people in general. I'm learning that acceptance is the answer to that. That people will say things, they'll think things, you know, which is none of my business, their thoughts. I mean, if somebody's going to give me some information, that might be some of my business, but the goal is to not take that personally. That's a tough one. Sometimes somebody will say something to me and I'm assuming they're meaning something else, and then I'll take it personally, and then I'll just like start to brew this resentment towards them. There was a situation that happened to me a couple months back. Notice how I said happened to me. There's a situation that happened a couple months back where some things that were said, and then a lot of people joined in and said some things too. And yes, I took it personally. And I assumed, and like all of this stuff brewed inside of me. But one, I was crushed. And then the next thing I was sad. And from that sad, there was anger. And that anger brewed a resentment. Tolerance would have helped me with that. People are allowed to say what they want to say. That's their deal. It's up to me on how long I want to hold on to that. I still hold on to it a little bit. Yeah, I'm calling myself out here. I'm still holding on to it a little bit. And I need to not do that. I need to accept that, you know, people aren't perfect, and neither am I. And I have my part in that situation as well. But holding on to a resentment is like drinking the poison, expecting the other person to get sick. People, for that matter. Even if people were joking, all I did was stem back to like a time when I was younger. If I want to get real with it, you know, sitting in class and we're outside in that assembly, everybody joking, including the teachers. It's quick how like things will be said and then I'll go right to there. I don't think back then they cared about mental health. You just did the phrase manned up, dealt with it, and then like you let it go. I don't think I've ever been able to just let something go. So today I try to use that spiritual principle of acceptance. That's a big deal. To be able to accept everything for the way it is. Somebody said something, I accept it, right? I have to if I don't want to hold on to it, even if I don't like it. I've had to learn over the last couple of years that acceptance doesn't mean you have to like something. That was a tough one for me for a long time, accepting something that I don't like. Some people think that the word acceptance means okay with. Like, how could you be okay with that? That's not acceptance. Not for me, at least. But that word could be used in other phrases, like you have to be willing to accept this person's flaws. Like, I think you have to be willing to accept a person's flaws no matter what, because it's their flaws, not mine. There's some things that I might not be okay with. I accept that they happen, but that doesn't mean that I continue to partake in engagement with that individual. Or should they with me, as if I'm perfect? It's so much easier to think about other people's shit than my own. because I sometimes will sit there in this little perfect little bubble, as if that little bubble is perfect. If it was, I wouldn't be here today. Like, I'd have been somewhere else, not doing any of these journal entries. So I work through this stuff. Tolerance is hearing somebody say something that I don't like again, or maybe I hear somebody, or I see somebody do something I don't like. Acceptance helps me say, hey, that's who they are. If I live with acceptance in my life on a regular basis, I'll find more gratitude in my own life. If I'm so busy focusing on the world around me, people around me, I'm not really focusing on myself. It's amazing how we can be kind and giving to other people, and that helps ourselves. That helps me. If I'm giving and kind to somebody else, it helps me. Because I'm outside of myself. I'm self-centered. How do I handle self-centeredness? With love. Love myself, love others. I was thinking about that the other day. I was at the gym and I was thinking about the Narcotics Anonymous symbol. That's this. And if you just put love in the middle of that, then it takes away a lot of the self-centeredness. So I'll make this quick because I'm headed to be there for a friend today. And I want to be there for them. So that I'm going to keep this one short. Acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. Love helps me with my self-centeredness. It helps me combat fear with faith, resentment with acceptance. And you got this.